Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Interest rates, temperature decreases, everything's going down a lot.
Everything's dropping.
Yeah.
Except for summer. It's still like, hi, I'm here. I'm not gone yet. Yeah, we've got a couple more days of summer before we see the fall season. Let's take that live view outside. It's gorgeous Colonial Flag Tower camera. It is a really beautiful Wednesday, and I hope, if nothing else, you take a few moments and open the window, open the door, 77 degrees. As you look at our flag here at the ABC4 studios, the winds are moving it just a bit. It's a northwest breeze, and that's what's keeping our temperatures at bay. As we take a look at the setup, we know that upper level low has pulled to the east, drier air moving in from the Pacific Northwest. Clear skies are out there with high pressure, but we don't stay quiet and dry. No, we actually see a wind shift as well as we head into tomorrow. Satellite radar shows us the northwesterly flow. We've been watching this area. We knew the potential for a storm was there, but we haven't seen anything this afternoon. Even with the daytime heating, that's a good sign. It means that drier air has moved into even northeastern Utah. Live view from our Black Desert Sky Cam, where we're cooking in the south. Ivins maxed out at 98 thus far. They're still in the upper 90s. St. George, very close behind, 96 right now in St. George. 70s and 80s for the I-15 corridor, a mix of 70s and 80s in south central Utah, southeastern Utah, and then 70s for northern Utah. 80 is our average high, so we're pretty close to where we should be. We're going to see this number jump a little bit, get closer to average as we head into tomorrow. Tonight, though, clear, quiet conditions with 60s on deck for ABC4 News at 10. Clear skies out there. Okay, there is moisture to our south. I wanted to show you this because the setup into Thursday keeps us quiet, but this upper level low is bringing an influx of moisture to areas south of us. This matters because we've got a wind shift as we roll into our Thursday. Tropical moisture. Let's look at it because as you take a view, dry air there, but as we get into late Thursday, we start to bring some moisture potential back in here, and we're going to see that moisture potential, meaning more cloud cover. What about storms? The Futurecast shows you those storms, and as we take a view getting through the rest of tonight, you see these blue lines. See them right there? That's a northerly component to our wind. It's a bit cooler. High pressure, though, will allow for temperatures to warm. By the afternoon tomorrow, those blue lines turn to red. Southerly flow, a wind shift. Our southerly flow becomes the dominating push here, and we're going to notice as we drag more cloud cover and moisture up into Utah. It starts by tomorrow late in St. George and in and around the West Desert. And as we pull that moisture, we step back. You can see it's not just us. It's neighboring Nevada. A lot of that moisture is over to the west, but we drag it into the state, and that brings the chance of a few isolated storms all the way up into central Utah by Friday afternoon. The desert's popping, the southwest corner of the state, over the mountains, south central mountains. So we're going to keep an eye on those storms. And that moisture pushes a little further north as we get into the weekend. So Saturday looks a bit unsettled. Upper level Futurecast shows you that with isolated storms in our southerly flow bringing cloud cover and the potential up north, especially over the higher terrain of a storm. Doesn't stay though. We start to get warmer conditions by the latter half of your weekend and into next week with high pressure coming back. That ridge keeping us really quiet. So our precipitation outlook for the long range here, the next 6 to 10, only slightly increased in the West Desert, so pretty dry for central and eastern Utah, and temperatures are going to be above average. Our temperature outlook keeps those numbers above, which keep in mind, average is 80 right now. That number is going to start to drop, but we're going to be above that. That high pressure will allow for some warmer temperatures for late September. Looking at the numbers, we've got 80s for tomorrow. Another crisp, cool overnight, especially in Cache Valley with mid-50s for the Wasatch Front. Zooming in, you're able to see your mountain valleys into tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies with temperatures in the 70s, 78 in Tooele, 83 in Ogden. Jumping into central Utah, a little more cloud cover. We'll see that later in the day when the winds change directions, some 70s and 80s there, and then we jump down to southern Utah where we've got a mix of 80s and 90s and a few 70s depending on your elevation. Looking at the next 7 days in Washington County, the heat is on, and then it's our summer weekend, but we're bringing in isolated storm potential Friday, Saturday, with mostly cloudy skies on Sunday and a slight chance. We're going to start fall with the 90s and breezy conditions down south. Looking at the Wasatch Front, we see temperatures climbing with high pressure, a little more cloud cover by Saturday and perhaps a storm bubbling up, slight chance into Sunday. Monday we're breezy and we kick off autumn with the low 80s. So quite the pattern today is picture perfect.
There we go. We love it.
A wonderful time of year.